Hey, Tony Gaston here on a little walk. So being over here, time difference is so different that my work schedule is different. So I'm like free all during the day because different time zone, I don't work with my clients until starting at like as early as 5 p.m. So throughout the whole day, I really don't have nothing else to do. So I had my wife, somebody was asking me, do you work? With the way I built my business is my work is, I've put in the work over the years, so I don't have to work like a normal job and like on a daily schedule. I don't have to do that. I don't have to work like a normal schedule. So what I do is I shoot a YouTube video and it just lets you know that I exist. And then if you hear about, I get paid from the YouTube video. And if you hear about Tony Gaston's Academy, then you go to the Academy, you get a course. But the thing about this thing with the course is I just had to post every day on YouTube. I'm not YouTube, but on social media. So I post every day, posting tweets. The tweets start to go viral. So then after the tweets start to go viral, see this car was sitting back here at the end of the thing, just sitting there. And now it come moving when I walked out, but it was just sitting still. So now it come moving. So you got to always be aware of your surroundings. I was doing a driving lesson. And so I post on Twitter every day. Twitter blew up. Then you move people from Twitter to a mailing list. Say, hey, come take this class so you can get those email addresses. Then I went to Facebook, built up on Facebook. Say, hey, doing this event. So then you get those email addresses. Then got on Instagram, posted every day on Instagram, built up on Instagram. Hey, come take this class, come to this event. Then you get those email addresses. Then I got on YouTube like more regularly in 2019, talking to people on YouTube. Hey, I got this course. They go take the course. So building up on social media by daily content. A lot of times people think that your content gotta be special. It does have to be like creative. It can't just be trash. But creative means authentic. It has to come from you. So if it comes from you, that's creative content. A lot of people don't realize that. And they outthink themselves. But I just post from my heart. Like whatever my heart is saying, like right now, this video is about to be something about something else. And then I remembered about a question somebody asked me, talking about, do you work a job? And it's like, last night on the Growth Club, we were talking about YouTube, and I told them what YouTube paid me last year. If you're not in the Growth Club, then you don't know. I don't get that kind of information out publicly. But I told them in the Growth Club, if you heard that, then you'll know I could just do YouTube and I don't have to do nothing else. Because you don't need that much. But I have several streams of income because I have about 70 online courses. Each course is its own stream. And then I've written about 20 books. Each book is its own stream. So a lot of people don't realize, yes, all the books are in one industry, but each book is its own stream of income. All the courses are in one industry, but each course is its own stream of income. So it's like if you do real estate, if you got 1,000 doors, You got 1,000 streams of income. You don't say I have one stream of income, which is real estate. No, you got 1,000 streams. And the reason why you got to count each one as its own stream, because each one has its own expenses. It got its own stuff that go with it. So each one is like its own entity. And so that's how I count my streams of income. So when I say, oh, I got over 50 streams of income, people be like, you work 50 jobs? Like, what is 50 streams of income? No, I got over 50 streams of income just in online courses, because each course is for a different person. Some people may want to take all of them, but no one person needs every course. Because if you need the course for singles, then you don't need the course for married people. If you need the course for married people, you don't need the course for single people. If you don't know how to write and you don't like to write, then you don't need the Birth Your Book course. If you work a corporate job and you happy on your corporate job, you don't need Entrepreneurship with Purpose course. So each course has its own audience. And by putting in that work, that has given me time freedom. So you gotta work hard and you lift heavy for a while, but then you get to rest. So it's kind of like if you building a house. You working hard, laying the foundation, getting your trusses in, getting your windows, building everything, doing your electric. That's hard work. Let's say you're building this yourself. That's hard work. But after it's built, then you done. Now you get to live in it for the rest of your life, and you never have to work that hard again. You just gotta maintain it. Cut your grass, change your air filters, change your AC every 10 years, pay your property taxes, you're good. So business is similar to that. So me showing up on YouTube, that's me. I'm going up a hill, y'all gotta forgive me, so breathing a little hard. Me showing up on YouTube, that's me just maintaining. Because if I'm not here, you'll forget that I exist. And then what I got to do is maybe every few months, I work about 3 hours to create a new course. But because I work hard and I've lifted heavy, I have over 40,000 students. So now that I have those 40,000 students, they might not need a new course, but they may want a live experience. So instead of doing a new course, I may say, hey, live class this Saturday, $25. If I have 500 people sign up, that's $12,500. So this is what I teach. I teach people how to take and build a personal brand, so that then with that personal brand, they able to make money from that personal brand. Just a little, I just walked past a little white boy. He about 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 at the most. And he dressed like a robber. He got the ski mask on, black jacket, black pants, and black gloves, and black Yeezys. All black, but got the ski mask on, like what the rappers be wearing. It's hilarious. On his cell phone, talking to his homeboy, on speakerphone. So this is what I try to teach people, is God gave us the ability that we could take, if we want to, and we could build financial freedom and time freedom. But you got to be willing to put the work in. Got to be willing to put the work in. And it take a little bit of diligence. Take a little bit of diligence. You got to be diligent for a little while. And then after being diligent for a little while, then you're able to kind of work a little different. So what I just did, I just walked to the store to pick up 2 books my wife had got me. So now I'm reading books. I'm not really a reader. I'm a writer. There's a quote that says, writers don't read and readers don't write. And for the most part, it's true. There's exceptions to the rule. But like my wife, she read about 300 books a year, but she don't write books. I read about 0 books a year, but I could write a book in a week. It's funny how that works, but this is what it is. Some people pride themselves on reading. I don't, because it's really a trendy thing to say readers are leaders and all of that. I read the Holy Bible. To be honest with you, that's the only book you really got to read, is the Holy Bible. You read the Holy Bible, you're going to have what you need. A lot of people don't realize that. So with me reading the Holy Bible, after reading the Holy Bible, I started to read other books. Y'all got to forgive me, I got my towels and my book bag and stuff on my bed right now. After reading the Holy Bible, I started to read people's books. Let's say like Stephen R. Covey, John Maxwell, C.S. Lewis. You know, I'm reading these books. Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, I'm reading this stuff, I'm listening to it, right? What I realized is all their wisdom is just the Bible without them saying Jesus or God. So really, for the most part, they put some stuff in there that's like exclusive to them. But for the most part, it was just the Bible plagiarized. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. I'm like, y'all guys literally is making millions of dollars off of the Bible's wisdom. Like, if you think about it, a lot of the money rules for financial people, a lot of the stuff financial people teaching, it come from the Bible. But they don't tell you that. Like, what Dave Ramsey teach is basically Bible based, but making him $50 million a year. And so people don't tell you that. So what I'm doing right now is I had my wife get me a fiction book, because when you a thinker and you a creator, I can't read a regular book like a business book, because the way my mind is, I've created a multi-million-dollar brand with only reading. I've read 0 books. I read portions of books, but I've never read like a whole book. So if I've created what I created without reading people books and taking people courses, when I read a book, it'll give me 10 ideas, 10 companies, and it just overwhelm myself, because I'll be like, man, just from reading this one chapter, I might not even be really processing what I'm reading, but it's just like my mind go to racing, and I go to think about business, and I create 10 companies off of one chapter. And I'm not in that space. I don't want to add more businesses. I already have several companies. I want to add more businesses. But the key, what I'm telling you, is that the same way that I've been able to create time freedom, you can do the same thing using your natural gifts. And you just got to find one outlet. And that outlet could be whatever meets and fits your personality. So I started with Twitter because it was just typing words, and I'm shy. I'm shy face. That's why YouTube was the last frontier. YouTube was the last thing that I did like consistently. I started it in 2011, but I didn't consistently do YouTube until 2019. Right before the pandemic hit, God gave me a vision to do YouTube. And I got on YouTube like consistently in like September of 2019. Then the pandemic hit March of 2020. And so, and I grew over time, being more comfortable in front of the camera by just doing it daily. But before that, I built my entire audience, 3 million people, from the written word on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Because that's my natural gift, is just words. But then I took those words and I learned how to talk so that I can speak without saying and like and right and and without popping my teeth. If you notice when I'm talking, you know how when you watch some people talk, they'll be talking and they'll be like, and they're like, and they make a bunch of mouth noise. So I developed the skill of being able to talk without actively swallowing, making all that mouth noise, which as a man, you look kind of sweet doing that. And without having to use a bunch of filler words. I've been noticing as I'm listening to people talk, even professional actors. I was watching an interview that Jonathan Majors did, and he kept saying and I'm like, you don't have media training? You are a professional actor. You learn lines and you can recite lines, but you can't talk without saying And I noticed that with a lot of people. So I developed that gift of, instead of saying and right, you know how a lot of people talk, they'll say, we got to have a mindset shift, right? And then after you have the mindset shift, you take action, right? Then action produces results, right? And so the word right, or the word becomes their period. So I became very conscious of that, and I start to hear myself speak and hear the next sentence before I say it. And instead of using a filler word as my period, I pause. And by pausing, I give you time to listen to the sentence that I just said. And this is self-taught, but it's self-taught through daily work. And it's also self-taught by listening to other people talk and identifying what I don't like about their communication style. And then making sure I eliminate that from my communication. So a lot of times we don't think about that. So that's why you've never seen me eating on camera, because it drives me crazy when somebody is talking and eating. You've only seen me drink on camera like 5 times, because it drives me crazy when somebody's sipping and slurping and sucking while they talking. So I identify what I don't like about other people's talking style, and then remove it from mine and speak and communicate in the way that I want to communicate. So it's something for you to think about your natural gifts. And this video wasn't supposed to be about that, but it just really was funny to me when the lady the other day, do you work a job? And I'm like, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Because at the end of the day, it's like, why would you assume I don't work a job because you see a 10-minute video every day? The day is 24 hours. So I still could work an 8-hour job if I want to and shoot this 20-minute, 30-minute video. It's literally, I'm shooting a video on my phone while I'm doing other things, and I don't edit the video. and the video is one take. So at the most, I may shoot an hour-long video. So at the most, I've given YouTube 1 hour out of my day, unless I shoot multiple videos. But let's say I do 2 videos a day. I've given YouTube 2 hours out of a 16-hour workday. Because if you sleep 8 hours, you got another 16 hours. And so if you could work 2 hours a day and make 100,000 a year, and that's just a random number. That's not what I make from YouTube. It's more than that. But if you could give 2 hours a day and make 100,000 a year, you working 14 hours a week instead of 40 hours a week. But you're making 6 figures instead of 30,000 or 50,000 or 70,000. So that is why I created TonyGaskinAcademy.com to teach what I do. But because I charge very low prices, so the YouTube for Beginners course is probably $200 on Tony Gaskin Academy. Because I charge cheap prices, people assume, oh, it's not worth anything. Because that is a marketing lie that you've been told. So marketers have told you that if something is cheap, it's not worth it. But let me ask you this. How much do you have to pay for salvation? So the fact that you assume you have to spend a lot of money to get anything of value is not of God. It's not true. So that's why I charge as low as I can charge and give you the absolute most value that I can give. So in that course, the YouTube for Beginners course, I show you on video, so you know I'm not lying. I show you a screen recording of what YouTube paid me that year before or that year. And then you're gonna see, then when you do the math and you set your notifications on my YouTube channel and you see the amount of videos that I do, you'll notice that I may do anywhere from 5 to 14 videos a week. And if you count up the time, you'll notice that I never give YouTube more than 14 hours in a week. And then when you look at what YouTube pays me and you do the math, then you'll realize the importance of using your natural gift, finding an outlet, being consistent, and building. And then once you build, you're able to kind of scale down, manage your time, earn a good living, but not overly work or overly stress yourself. Something to think about. But I'm trying to give you the game. But a lot of people don't want the game, and they stay stuck in the maze like a rat looking for the cheese, not realizing that God birthed you with natural gifts that can earn you a living till the day you die, and then still continue to earn a living for those you left behind. You better get with it. Now, what I will say is right now I'm going through each day releasing a different course from $197, marking it down to $19.70. Right now it's 2 courses on TonyGaskinAcademy.com. That's $19.70. Tomorrow on Monday, I'll release another. If you're already in the academy, then you should get the email. If you're not in the academy, then when you buy a course, it'll put you on the email list so you'll get the future emails. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.